Hey friends, got another great book to be adding to our Integral Mission bookshelf today. Today, I am talking about Freeing Congregational Mission. This is by Hunter Farrell and Balajiedlang Khyllep. This is a fantastic book. This book came out on InterVarsity Press Academic in 2022. And in this book, we really get a robust undertaking of what cross-cultural engagement should look like. The authors jump into missions, they jump into development work. Really, anywhere that you see Westerners engaging in the global South, they have something to say to that. They have an application, a theory, and a practice that we should be thinking through across all sorts of different paradigms in a really robust way. In the book, Farrell and Khyllep are bringing into question some of our most modern forms of engagement. So they really do take a historical lens right from the get-go, where they look at colonial models and kind of what we've been inherited. Now, I know it's like, it's 2026. We don't, colonialism is kind of a thing of the past, and yet we inherit a lot of that, and especially when it comes to some of the things like power differentials and so forth, which is really important for us to understand. So coming from the historical lens, acknowledging colonialism, the things that we have inherited, what does that mean? How should that inform what our next engagement should look like when we are engaging in the global South and some of these post-colonial nations? They touch into short-term missions. This is obviously something that has received a lot of critique. We talk about it on Think Global, Do Justice, but there is a good way to go about it. Of course, we see in When Helping Hurts and other places where short-term missions is kind of under the magnifying glass and kind of saying, hey, what can we do with this? I would definitely recommend this book for not just the critique of short-term missions, but really kind of pointing a way forward. It's still an incredibly common way that we're doing cross-cultural engagement, and this is a helpful book that jumps into that. They also get into stuff like sponsorships, which is an incredibly lucrative, if I can use that word, form of supporting vulnerable children, especially. There's a critique there. There's some considerations there. And then, of course, power difference in general, right? We come in, cross-cultural engagement, more money. We're seeking to do global development. We're bringing money to the table. How can we kind of step back and examine how we're approaching that space? There's a lot of good stuff in here along those frameworks, including, if you guys are familiar with Sherwood Lincolnfelter and some of his work on cross-cultural engagement and just kind of understanding differences in culture, they do incorporate that as well. So it's helpful, again, just kind of a primer on a number of different issues. I want to read just one quote. This is from page 131 of Freeing Congregational Mission. And a lot of what they're talking about is co-development, right? So developing alongside, but by incorporating into the rhythm of our mission relationship questions of mutuality and sustainability, by insisting on mutuality of relationship despite vastly different economic situations, we help ensure that what is occurring between us is not our mission, but the Missio Dei. We want to be about the mission of God, right? The Missio Dei. And when we go in, even in the name of God, but go into a space and just kind of set up our own program without kind of acknowledging the power differential, that can be a recipe for a lot of challenges. Maybe the best thing about this book, and why I would recommend if you're looking to do like a short-term missions trip or some other cross-cultural engagement, is that at the end of each section, they have things that you can fill out, reflection questions, group exercises that are throughout the book. That's going to really help you with your engagement. So I would recommend also on Think Global, Do Justice, I just did a re-release of our 2023 interview with Hunter Farrell about this book. So definitely check out Think Global, Do Justice, download it on Apple or Spotify, and listen to that longer conversation with Dr. Hunter Farrell. But definitely pick up Freeing Congregational Mission, a great book to have on your bookshelf.